So what is the one thing that separates businesses that are crushing it from the ones that are just treading water? Honestly, it's not just about having a great product. It's about their data. Today, we're going to tackle a huge problem that holds so many companies back: disconnected data. And we're going to see how unifying it can be your single biggest advantage. Let's get into it.
Does this look familiar? I mean, painfully familiar? You're exporting reports, your eyes are glazing over, you're trying to VLOOKUP your way to some kind of truth. You spend way more time just looking for the data than you do actually using it. This, my friends, is spreadsheet chaos. And it's not just annoying, it is actively killing your company's growth.
And look, let's be real, the stakes have never been higher. Everybody is talking about AI this, AI that. But here's the honest truth. The smartest AI in the world is completely useless if you're feeding it junk. It's garbage in, garbage out, right? Your data is the fuel for your entire business. And right now, a lot of businesses are just running on fumes.
So there's a name for this problem. We call it the data disconnect. And it's a thing that pretty much every single business hits as they start to scale up, as they add new tools, and suddenly realize they have way more information than they know what to do with.
Just think about it for a second. Your sales team has their data over in the CRM. All your e-commerce and purchase history, that's on a whole other platform. And your marketing engagement data, trapped in yet another tool. You see? Each system has one little piece of the customer puzzle, but nobody can actually see the whole picture. And the result? Your teams are tripping over each other, and you're making huge decisions based on, what, a gut feeling? But what if you could finally snap all those puzzle pieces together? Okay, this is where the story gets good. Enough about the problem, let's start talking about the solution. It's time to create a central data workspace.
And that's exactly where HubSpot's Data Hub comes in. It's an AI-powered platform that's built to solve this exact problem by pulling all that scattered data into one place. But here's the absolute most important part. It's built for the people who actually need the data. You know, your marketers, your salespeople, your service teams. This is not for data scientists. You don't need to know how to code, you don't have to wait for a developer. It's for you.
This visual right here really shows you the magic. It doesn't matter if your data is in a simple spreadsheet, a big database like Snowflake, or other business apps like Shopify. Data Hub basically acts like a funnel, pulling it all into one central, unified view. This creates that single source of truth that everybody talks about, and it can power literally everything you do, from marketing and sales all the way up to those big executive reports. Okay, that's all the theory, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through a real-world example to see how this unified approach can build a much, much smarter marketing engine. So I want you to meet Manny. His company was growing like crazy, which sounds great, right? But Manny himself was totally drowning. He had accidentally become the data guy, the single person everyone went to for every little report and list. He wasn't a strategist anymore, he was just a human bottleneck.
So here's what he did. It all started with this one simple but honestly game-changing move. He connected his company's Shopify store directly into HubSpot. I'm talking a few clicks. And just like that, their e-commerce data started flowing in and mixing with all their marketing data, giving them one unified view for the very first time.
And the impact was instant. All of a sudden, the marketing team could stop blasting out those generic buy now emails. Instead, they could get super specific. They could target people who left stuff in their shopping cart, create special offers for their most loyal customers, and even nurture new leads based on the exact blog posts they were reading. For personalization, it was an absolute game changer.
But it didn't stop with marketing. Oh no. Unifying all that data created this massive ripple effect across the entire business. It completely changed how the sales team worked and even how the top-level managers made their big strategic decisions.
Okay, now check out this incredible sales workflow. With all this new data, Manny found a huge insight. Their wholesale deals were worth 10 times more than a regular order. So he built this slick automation. As you can see, it automatically spots these high-value prospects, scores them, and shoots them over to the right sales rep with a follow-up task already teed up. No more letting the big fish get away.
And the results? Well, they kind of speak for themselves. Look at this number, 83%. That's a huge number. But what does it really mean? It's not just a stat. It's about that feeling of alignment, of confidence, that you get when everyone is finally on the same page.
Think about what that means for management. No more showing up to meetings where two people have different spreadsheets with different numbers, arguing about who's right. 83% of users say HubSpot actually unifies their data. It means everyone, from the CEO down to the newest intern, is working from the same playbook. Finally.
And for Manny, our hero in all this, the change was incredible. He was no longer buried under a mountain of spreadsheets, constantly putting out little data fires all day. He could finally lift his head up and focus on the big picture, on strategy, on growth, on finding that next big opportunity just waiting in the data.
And this is so important. Manny didn't just fix a tech issue. He actually changed the company's entire culture around data. By empowering his teams to pull their own reports and find their own answers, he created a company that was more data-driven, more independent, and way more effective.
All right, so let's zoom out and pull this all together. When you boil it all down, what is this unified advantage? What's the big takeaway from all of this?
It really comes down to these 4 things. 1, you tear down those invisible walls between your teams. 2, you automate all that boring manual work that's holding everybody back. 3, you make sure that both your people and your AI are working with clean, complete data. And finally, you turn all that messy, scattered information into a solid foundation for real, actual growth.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Your company's biggest opportunities for growth, they aren't some mystery. They're probably hiding right inside the data you already have. The only question is, are you ready to finally unlock them?